Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to beat the true final boss in Sonic Superstars. I'll have a no commentary guide later on today. So to unlock this final boss, you have to beat both the main campaign and Trip's story, along with collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Now you'll access the final story, which will be available in the main menu. Now there are 2 ways to damage this boss. The first is shooting back the blue meteorites that he shoots at Sonic. Just go into them and it'll do damage, but this is only available for a finite amount of hits. This is one of the other attacks he does. It's not a big deal. All you have to do is, well, Sonic is immortal during this fight, so these attacks more or less serve as a way to try and block access to rings. You should always be collecting rings all the time. Sonic's friends will come and deliver you rings from time to time. They should always be a priority. Now this is the second way you could hit him, and this is going to be the primary way. You have to charge forward as he shoots black holes at you. Now if you get caught into the black holes, press A or B to perform a dash. Do not spam this. This costs 10 rings per dash and should only be served as a last resort. You technically don't need to use this ability for the first 2 phases. There are 3 phases in total, but you should always be collecting rings and only use the dash when you absolutely need it if you get caught in those black holes, because you're going to need to use the dash in the final phase. So I'm going to skip ahead to the second phase because most of the attacks he does here again are just there to block access to rings. This spin dash attack, all you have to do is avoid the section where it's glowing purple. It's pretty self-explanatory. You see here he's coming on the right. I didn't avoid it. You're supposed to go left. If he goes up, you go down. If he goes left, you go right. It's very easy, and if you don't see any rings around, just keep cycling the arena. It's not that hard to find rings. It's just to maintain your timer until Sonic's friends come by and try and give you more rings. As you can see there, I got caught in the black hole, and I used the dash attack to avoid being killed. Alright, this is phase 2. He'll start doing this sweeping claw attack, but just as before, this is just meant to prevent you from gathering rings. Sonic's friends will still provide you with rings. Always be gathering this. And he'll stop doing the meteorite attack, so the primary focus for you to deal damage is to charge forward when he starts to shoot fireballs instead of the black holes. This attack, you just go through the circle. It's not a big deal. Again, it's just there to prevent you from getting rings. I'm going to show you how you deal damage. So he's shooting fireballs here, as you can see, and your primary goal is to get close enough in order to deal damage to the dragon. Now this is a bit of an advanced technique, but if you time the claw attacks very specifically, you can actually cause damage to the dragon. What you have to do is get the claws to grab onto one of Sonic's friends, like Knuckles, Tails, Amy, and it'll actually deal damage to the dragon. I'm not entirely sure why, but I did this by mistake several times, and I finally figured out how it was doing it. Now in the final phase of the fight, he'll start shooting meteors. What you have to do is hit the dash button right when the icon is overlapping the meteor's circumference. So it's all about correct timing. You can see here, and early on you saw how I messed up. So you keep doing this until finally he does a laser attack. This is, hopefully you'll have enough rings to survive this duration. I didn't get hit by it. I didn't want to test it, but I would recommend you just avoid it at all costs. It's pretty easy to dodge, especially considering all the other attacks. Once you do that, this final attack will trigger, and that's the final boss. So if this video helped you, remember to like, sub, and share. It does help a great deal. Again, I'll have a no commentary walkthrough available soon, along with my review. I finally 100%ed this game, and yeah, it was hard. So till next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye.